Topic of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
MTN Momo Pay is the easy way to pay. Dial star 165 star 3 hash or use the MTN Momo app. You don't need cash. MTN Momo Pay is safe and free.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja, a documentary film about our unity as Ugandans and Africans.
Bunyoro would have simply created an East African community that we are looking for today.
The rulers of Bunyoro are actually Luos.
We people who live across the Nile, we are so related from our myth or from just the Nile.
We are the same people and genetically we are even the same people.
We are similar people.
We are one. Pamoja, we are one. Use that word, pamoja.
Premiering every week from 3rd February to June 2024 at the National Theatre and Indere Center. Daily screenings are from 4th February to June 2024 at Ham's Cinemax and the National Theatre. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
Live from UPC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of us. We appreciate you for being with us all through the week. Monday to Friday, we are always here together to start the day at 6:30 in the morning up until 9 a.m. every single day. Public holiday, no more ordinary day. We are here to usher you into the day and also to have key conversations with policy makers and opinion leaders in our country, and also weigh in on different issues that are making many Ugandans, raise an eyebrow, so to speak. So today we are still going forward with celebrating women from different sectors because this week is also International Women's Week. We will be culminating the celebrations and the conversations into the commemoration of the International Women's Day that will be on 8th March 2024, which will be tomorrow, and the national celebrations will be taking place in Katakwi District. This year's theme is accelerating gender equality and women through women economic empowerment. Now, that's the reason we have decided to have conversations with women from different sectors, because when we say gender equality through economic empowerment, what do we mean? It means that we are seeking to have women at the same table of finances with men. We are seeking to see that women get the same resources, the same as their male counterparts, to ensure that they are financially fluid so that they can be able to make their own decisions and lead their lives the way they would wish to lead it. Because research shows that over the years, women have not been earning the same as their male counterparts. But of course, this is changing over the years. According to statistics, women that are in the employment world are actually increasing compared to the years before. A case in point, women in business right now are 44%, whereas men in business are 56%. There is still a gap, but I believe that this gap can be covered with more effort by the government, coming up with programs like the parish development model that are geared towards empowering different different people from different social backgrounds, and among these, marginalized communities, including women. This is why we are here today. Now, today we will be celebrating and having a conversation with women in conservation. When we speak about women in conservation, we mean women in animal conservation. We are going to have one of them, a representative, to have a conversation with us, and that is Miss Edith Kabaisime, Wildlife Campaign Manager at World Animal Protection Africa office in Nairobi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I see you're from Nairobi, and I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
I hope you're enjoying it here. Do you come from there or you come from here?
No, actually, I'm Ugandan.
Okay.
But I happen to work for an organization that is Africa-wide, actually a global organization, World Animal Protection, but which happens to have a regional office in Nairobi. So I am based in the Nairobi office, but I'm lucky that I've had the option of even working from home. So I oscillate between Kampala and Nairobi, and I think it is one of the best jobs I've ever had.
Wow, that's
where
amazing.
I have that liberty, either I'm in the Nairobi office or I can sit in Kampala in my house and do my job.
And do your job.
It, yes.
Okay, that's quite interesting, because before we even delve into the whole women in animal conservation conversation, there is an issue when it comes to women and work. And I don't want to go into your private life, but for many women struggle with managing work and managing family. And family can be children, can be a husband, or even your elderly parents. You want to be there for them, you want to take care of them. So in your opinion, having an opportunity to work both from home and from office is giving you, would you say it's giving you a work-life balance?
Yeah, I think you're entirely right. My straight answer would be yes. Because first of all, when I was actually accepting this job, one of the conditions I gave was that I would like to work from home. Though there were two options of being in Nairobi or being in Kampala, but when it came to really negotiating terms, payment and all that, I said I would prefer to work from home.
Okay.
And the reason that why I did that was, that was way back in 2017. I had just taken over a responsibility of looking after my elder mom, who is currently 96 years.
Wow.
So 2016, I took him in my house and I made a decision that in order for me to be able to look after, fulfill my role of caretaking, but at the same time be able to do my job, I needed to find a job that can give me that liberty. And to me, this job was like, it was manna sent from the sky.
From heaven.
Yes, from heaven. And I took it up. But even before then, even like 2-3 years back, I had also worked for another international charity, Star Education, which was working with the teachers and students to innovate in schools, to improve learning outcomes. And still, I negotiated the terms and I said, I would like to work 2 days office, 3 days home. Reason, I was mindful of my health, my well-being as Edith, because, I mean, the moment you clock 40, you're not young.
That's true.
So you need to find ways of where you can balance. You need to find work-life balance. And usually the challenge we face, even not only women, even men, the higher you go, the older you become, we get tempted to chase jobs, chase money at the expense of your family, at the expense of your health. But I'm lucky that I received that awareness very early in my career. And I decided that I would rather than pursuing a career that vertically, I said, yes, I will pursue a career vertically, but I'll reach at a point where I will start moving horizontally, so as to achieve that balance. And I think that's what I've done for the last since 2007, when I finally got into a senior job in terms of program management. I made the other decision, and I said, I want to remain in programming.
In programming?
Yes, because that is what sort of gave me the comfort to be able to balance my well-being as well as my career, my job.
All right. Now let's speak about animal conservation. For many people, when we hear animal conservation, we think wildlife, we think maybe the zoo. What exactly does animal conservation mean?
Animal conservation, of course, is a wide subject. It's a complex subject because conservation is not something like you put animals there and you feed them, give them water, protect them, and you call that conservation. Animal conservation is about, first of all, making sure that those animals are in their habitats, in the right habitats.
In their natural habitats?
In their natural habitats.
Okay.
The habitats are humanely managed. They are humanely managed, mark the word humanely managed. But also where we need to use or utilize those animals, they are utilized in ways that are sustainable so that the current and future generations can find those animals and derive benefits from them, whether they are social benefits, cultural benefits, religious benefits, but even the tangible benefits, like direct utilization of the animals. Because we know from time immemorial, humans have depended on animals as a source of food, but also as a source of other uses. So conservation is having those interventions and approaches to ensure that as we use both the tangible services and intangible services, these animals remain and in perpetuity for the future generations. That is in a nutshell. It's about conserving the animals themselves, protecting the animals themselves, but also the spaces.
The spaces. Because
animals don't live in an island. They live in an ecosystem with a lot of other interactions, other dynamics. And because we are all interconnected in nature, therefore in conservation, we need to look at the all components that constitute an ecosystem. Which ecosystem is needed to provide all the benefits, all the support needs of these animals to thrive today, but also tomorrow.
All right. Now, one would say, of course, this is not a sector where many women venture. So I'm curious to know, and I believe that our viewer out there is also curious to know, what inspired you into picking this as your career path?
It's a very interesting question. I happen, much as you said, maybe you don't want to know much about my private life.
No, I would, but I didn't want to.
But I
didn't want to overstep.
Yeah, I happen to come from a family of 9 kids. 6 boys and 3 girls. And I happen to, in the birth rank, I come 7th.
Out of 9?
Out of 9,
yes.
I come 7th. But I'm in the middle of 4 boys. 2 boys older than me, and 2 boys younger than me. And then my sisters are much bigger than me, my other brothers much bigger than me. So what happened as I was growing up, I found myself with those 4 boys. The 2 boys older than me and the young boys, we had 2 young boys below me. And I think it was a fantastic growing up with those boys. You can imagine we did all the mischiefs that boys do, climbing trees, jumping on trees like monkeys. Sometimes we would actually compete in jumping would climb banana trees, and then we are competing, jumping from one banana tree to the next banana tree without falling down.
Wasn't your mother afraid?
I think, of course we would.
Wasn't she like, what is my daughter becoming?
Of course we would. To do it without the, because so somehow it connected